Good morning. It is Saturday, April 6th, 2024. I got my hot coffee ready. It's going to be a juicy one, I think. I got my list out so that I will be organized. As always, start with Bitcoin. Um, Nothing to see here. Okay, nothing, not low enough to buy and not high enough to trim. It is dancing. Okay, it is dancing in the zone, and that's fine. Let's see if we can get over the zone and dance over that white line. But for now, let's see where the terminal spot is. Okay, it's been a while since I talked about the terminal spot. When I mentioned this, my terminal target a month back, well, guess what? The trend keep moving, right? So now it's 84.7-ish. Soon it'll be 85. Like I said, when and if it break out and run higher, we aim for that trend line. Okay, that's all there is. Go back 3 years. Okay, go back even more, but that's where the trend line come from. Nothing magical about it, right? Bang, 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 and we're looking for potentially a bang just under 85. We don't need to know 2x, 3x, whatever nonsense the crypto boy talk about. Now, the one I like even more right now, which I am more inclined, is Ethereum. Of course, it's not for everyone, okay? But look at the Ethereum. I like the 50. I like the Reflow. I like the Reflow. So if I was to do a drawing of a zone, I think you can see it fairly clearly. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I wouldn't mind buying Ethereum at the 50, but if it violates the 50, all the way down to 3,000-ish, okay? Yeah, I, I, I have ordered in to get some Ethereum between 3,000 and 3,150. Now, if you believe that Ethereum will follow the same pattern as Bitcoin, then the Ethereum ETF likely will be approved later this year. I'm sure if you Google that topic, you might see a couple of dates mentioned, like later in the year. As later as early next year, but if you have a 6 months, 9 months horizon, hey, is it a bad thing to buy Ethereum at 3,100 and it revisit the high just a month ago? Think about that. Just think about the return, say 3,200 where it is right now, and that. Yeah, just think about that. Okay, 30% return. What in the market in the next 6 to 9 months can get that, right? I'm not saying that it will. I'm just saying that it can bounce here down to the low level support here, and then when the ETF come, we can see a 30% run. If it's 3,000, yeah, you can see, yeah, 30, 40% run. I'm not gonna complain. So trust me, I am looking to build more into Ethereum, but that's just me. All right, let's take a look at the indices. That was ugly, ugly. Wow. Talk about say hello to the 20 and the 50 in the same session. Wow. And it bounced off support, right? Look. Okay. It bounced off the support. Okay. This is, first of all, this gap up. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's extend the zone so that we don't have to draw it again the rest of the year. Okay, ugly, ugly Thursday. That's no doubt one of the ugliest day we had going back to last year, November, the last 4 or 5 months, right? So yeah. Now, does yesterday negate the bearish potential new bearish trend? No, right? Certainly, the bears would love to see a continuation of the down move. This could be just the last um, chance for some long to exit stage left. Bag holders come in, okay, on stage on the right, but no. So I'm not turning bullish, okay. In fact, I think um, if it's opening green on Monday on any one of the 3 or 4 major indices, I might look to enter into a short position. Okay, for now, nothing yet. I missed my window, but let's see if it's okay to short. But for now, a breakdown below the low of Thursday, and then breaking this zone right here, and then we can see a quick move to the 100 MA. Okay, so yeah, we can get there in a hurry, and even then, think about it. If we get down to 378-ish, that's 20 point. That's not even 5% from the high. Okay, so yeah, easily, easily. Okay, so for me, if I was gonna do a bear spread, it would have to be something like 388, 378. That would be the range. And I think it is very likely to visit that. Okay, as I said in the previous few sessions, anyone that is delusional to think that we're not going to revisit the 50 or the 100, oh my, you must be new to the game. All right, SPY. I think all the indices chart is going to look very much alike. Big breakdown. Okay, like I said, Thursday, that is one nasty candle going way back, way back. We can't even find that kind of candle going back 12 months. Okay, it's ugly. Just like Dia. This is not short. It frustrates the short for now, but it's not going to be like, oh, it's all clear. No, no, it's not all clear. All is not clear on early pop on Monday for whatever reason. I think I try a 524, 520 bear spread. That didn't work. The order didn't kick in back there. But I think something like a 520, 510, yeah, tight range might work. You know, if I can't get that and I do say 515 or 517, then I do 506, 507 kind of area, right? But same thing here. We're at, you know, there's a zone of consolidation, right? You can, it's a fairly tight range of consolidation. I'm not going to draw it, right? Because it's fairly obvious. See right here? You see this wick? And then this wick, right? Well, since I talk about it, what the heck, right? What the heck? Might as well do it. Talk about it. Let's do it. Okay. Okay. That's line up with 1, 2, 3, and then the 50 MA is coming into that, right? So yeah, if I was, get a chance to short, I think that could be the area of support right into the rising 50. Let me extend this. It's going to be an extra long session today. I can tell. There's going to be a whole lot of chart revision and addition, but bear with me. It would bear some fruit should this play out next week as a bearish trend going into the second quarter. All right, so yeah, I think anything 518, 508 might be a good bear play. And if it get down there, once again, it's not even a 5% correction. Okay, just like the barely near 5%. So trust me, it can get there in a hurry, right? We haven't had this kind of move in a long time, and if should that break by mid next week, the 50 MA is going to come right into there, right? And if that break, say hello to the gap fill at 497. Then that's what we're talking. Okay, that's when we're talking, a 6% plus decline, right? Yeah, that might be the first spot to be bullish again in the market, but depend on the macro environment. Okay, for now, yeah, QQQ came down to support. Okay, 50. Okay, that does not mean that it's all well and hunky-dory. Where is the level? Once again, let's draw it in. Come on. There you go. Okay, so on Thursday, it basically got there. And sure, it's bounced, but I'm less likely to do a bear play on QQQ. I'm more likely to do SPY, and then DIA, and then of course QQQ. But it's the least favorite of mine because there's a lot of stock in here that I consider safety area where big money will go into to park, like Apple. As ugly it is, Apple, and then you have a lot of love tech, Microsoft. I love it too. Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, the Fab Five. So there's a lot of things in the QQQ that can prop it up compared to the SPY. Those are also in the SPY, but they are a much smaller percentage. So that being said, that's key. Okay, that level. The low of Thursday is the line in the sand. If that failed to hold for whatever reason, then it will come into the zone of support. And if that failed, then say hello to the gap fill, right? So you're talking 425-ish. Yeah, I mean, that's not a huge decline, okay? That's not even 5%. If we're talking 5%, if we get down to the 100 MA, but for now, well, it'd be more than 5%, but for now, to me, that's the area to turn bullish because it kind of line up with the zone of support here. Okay, so no rush, but I think there are opportunity to make money on the short side on all the major indices. Last but not least, IWM, the small cap. Okay, and yeah, a lot of people was bullish on small cap in December, right? Calling it the play. Small cap. Well, guess what? it's at level of support. Okay, it was resistant. This gray zone is resistant, and then it acts as support. So would I buy into it? If it come down into 200, right? If the market correct, no doubt the small cap will correct. All right, let's not be delusional to think that somehow IWM is gonna avoid the carnage should all the major indices go down 3 to 5% next week. It will revisit 200, right? Yes, yeah. My first, if I was to buy, that's the spot. Or get the 50, it's gonna slice right through the 50. There are time to focus on something more than just the MA. All right, so yeah, that's the play on IWM. Okay. All right, we're done with the major indices. Let's talk max. Well, max 7. The first two dogs, Apple, dancing on the support, right? So, yeah, I mean, I don't hate it here, but I'm not bullish either. I mean, if you have a long-term horizon and you want to own Apple for whatever reason, other than, well, for long term, down here is not a bad area, right? But if it break, then we can go lower. Where? Down here, okay? 156. That's where I would be very interested in buying. To me, if it revisit the 52-week low, yeah. But for now, yeah, it's there's no compelling catalyst. They're not gonna have booming sales. They, you know, will Apple ramp into another run should new product cycle come in? Maybe it has done that, but new product cycle equal miserable sales equal decline. Okay, so it's been here. The cycle is here. Okay, so for now, nothing to see with Apple. Don't hate it, don't love it. Tesla, same thing. Don't love it, don't hate it, don't want to short it, don't want to long it. Okay, Elon Musk came out with some news on robo taxi. Yeah, if you get scared on that, then you play into Elon game of squeezing you, right? He's come out with projection of robo taxi launching in October, whatever. It's silly. It's silly. I, I have a chuckle when I heard the news because to me it's just like, oh, that's the way Elon play. Announce the news after 4 p.m. on a Friday just to mess around with the short. But um, would I buy? Would I go long Tesla if it tests the 52-week low? I'm more likely to sell put spread, say 140, 135 or something. But I wouldn't mind owning some share if it come way down to the 52-week low. Yeah, but that would be the first time that I would want to own. I have not owned Tesla share since up here before this gap down. Okay, I was already bearish up here. I was bearish up here when it tested the channel high. It was a no touch. I sell put. I played the put spread game for a while down here, and it was safe for a little while. And then I said, no, that's it. I'm done. So I have not done anything with Tesla in probably 6 weeks or so. Okay, Nvidia. If the Nasdaq correct 3% or 5%, yeah, it will go. Okay, where would I buy? I'm patiently waiting for 800, right? That's where my order is, 800. I have order in at 824. I might remove that. That order was put there before this downturn. Okay, that order was put way down there on this move up here. But I might keep it, but I'm more inclined to remove it and put this add those share to the 800 area because I just don't see how Nvidia can escape the Nasdaq sell off into the 50. But that would be a great area to own, and for sure buy a whole lot at 685. Okay, that to me 800. Here's a level of buy. 800 for me. 745 to 750 right here, where the gap up happened, right? Staying with my my rule of like on the gap up, you put order in right at the bottom of where the candle is, not the wick, but the candle. So it's like 751, 750 down to 740, right? Right now I don't have any order. Okay, whatever order I had there, I basically let it expire because it's been 60 days, since that's the way E-Trade does it. You have a good to cancel order, but it's not forever. It does expire. But for now, yeah, down there, and then of course the gap fill. That's a no-brainer. Okay, it's a no-brainer to buy back everything that I trim on this move here. Everything. I would not hesitate to buy back everything at 688. And given how things are, in about 2 weeks, the 100 MA is gonna come right up there. So you're gonna have a confluence of support up there. Okay, so just watch for that. Meta, woof, yeah, there are area of strength in the market. My suggestion, I have not trimmed. I did not trim at all the last 2 days. Okay, I trim on this move. I trim on this move, but I was looking to buy. I was getting ready to buy down here in the 470 to 480 range. I was waiting. It was looking good, and then it did this. I'm gonna stay greedy. I don't have a whole lot of share, but I do like Meta a lot. Um, would I sell if I see 550? Yes, I like it a lot, but I'm also not stupid to not take some off the table should we see 550. But for now, yeah, come down to the 50 and I will buy. Okay, but the 50, that's where the order is. The 50. Microsoft. Would I buy at the 50? Yeah, I would nibble at the 50. I would buy at 404. Okay, 405. The gap fill. Okay, so that's where the big chunk of the order is. Where would I trim? 440. Okay, 440. That would be the area. But for now, yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can draw a line. You can see it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Google, another one that I liked. Microsoft, Google, Meta, my favorite three. Okay, I've been on record to say that for quite some time. As far as the Fab Five, if it get to 160, yeah, I would trim. Right, I did trim on this big move here in the 154, over 154. Would I buy some back in 140 at the 20 MA? I might. No doubt I would buy at the 50, okay? And the gap fill, 140, 143, down to 142. Yeah. Oh, yeah, on the market correction. Can I see it test the 50? Yeah. If the QQQ tests the 50, I would find it hard to believe that Google will not correct at least down to the 147 area, right? That might be the first area to add, just below the 20, right where the low of the gap up is in the 146-ish area. So I would have order at to nibble at 146-ish, 144.5, and then of course 142. Okay, so that's three area of restocking of Google. Amazon is also pretty strong, but I have nothing there. Okay, nothing. If you have it, 188 is the exit area for some share. If you have it, yeah, this is strong. This is amazingly strong. Okay, not my thing, but yeah, it's heads up. Congrats to those that still have a lot of Amazon because it has been a huge winner. Huge, huge, huge. Um, okay, let's move on to Pharma. Oh my goodness. AbbVie. Breaking the white line. That was disappointing. Okay, but it came down to support the zone, right? And it bounced. Um, I don't mind buying here. If you don't have AbbVie, if you don't have enough AbbVie, this is the spot, right? I won't add more to it. I have sufficient. I have one put assigned. I have two put that was getting ready to be assigned um, going into yesterday. One was 172.5 and one was 170. I let them both ride, and the stock closed right at 170. So I think it wouldn't expire worthless. The 172.5 will trigger, and I will own another 100. So altogether, I own 200 plus. I have more than 200 between Anthony and myself. I think we own like 225 share, something like that. So it's getting big. Okay, it's getting big. But hey, it come down to the area of support. So let's see if it's gonna hold. Okay, right here. This is key, right? This has been support was resistant. I mean, was resistant. I turned very bullish here, right? And then it run. I'm not surprised that it didn't do much more up here. I'm glad I wait patiently for it to come down and buy, and yeah, it's fine. You know, it's doing what it's doing. I expected with TA as far as the level. So J&J breaking down below the 155. I have very few share. I did not add. Okay, I had a put spread that I sold at 152.5, and it basically I closed it for maybe a loss of $10, give or take 10, $15. Um, I have a few shares that I bought at 155. I sold the put spread at 152, and it came right crashing right through it. Right, so would I add a few share? Yes. It's coming in the area where I didn't want. I closed out the put spread at 152.5 because I didn't really want to own 100 shares, especially coming into yesterday. I was staring at buying 200 AbbVie, so I'm just like, well, I don't want to overload on Pharma, so I close out that spread for a small loss. But I wouldn't mind adding a few shares down here in the 152 area, right? To me, very small position, so I don't mind tacking onto it, but I like it. I like J&J here. Amgen, I did add a little bit for the first time. Okay, you know me, I was screaming sell, get out up here, right? I did, and then I got back in. Okay, 269 was the price. I had an order that sit there uh, ever since I sold out up here. I had an order sit there, so yeah, it's okay, right? I might add to it, depending on what it's doing. I might go back to the put spread game 260, 255 on weakness. I might, okay? I might. Because, if this hold and bounce, I might do that. But for now, it need to show me, that's a key. It need to show me that it can hold the 200. All right? So for now, I'm not, going bullish on Amgen. Not yet. CYTK, I got one cover call assigned. between the cover call, and it was 71 with a strike, but it was a $2 premium. So basically, I got 73. Very happy with that. I have 173 that I closed for a dime that I sold last week for $1.15. So realized a $1.05, 105 on that, and I sold a 72 cover call for this coming Friday for $2.20, 220. So I don't mind having exposure that small. I mean, I built huge, right? I built 400-500 into this move here. So it had been a nice 2-3 weeks selling cover call, selling share. Altogether, a very nice trade. Okay, very nice trade. Hey, out of all the sea of red, realizing 2K of profit on this move, not gonna complain there. RCKT, Rocket. I added, yes, I am 425 share now into this. When it was below 25, I had an order in for 24.9, something like that, and it triggered. Yeah, it's you know, it's one of those risky play that I don't mind trading. Okay, and where would I sell? Based on what I have, would I sell at the 20 MA? Yeah, that's the very first order to trim. Okay, next order up there 27. Next order full exit 28. Okay, so for sure I'm taking off 25% up there, another 25% up here, and another 25% up there, and then most likely raise my stop on the last 25% to 27-ish. The RCKT is hard to play because the option is only monthly, but here's a good but. The monthly option is April 19th. So in the next 2 weeks, there might be opportunities to sell cover calls, say 26 and 27. So on half of my position, I might do that just to collect some juicy premium. At least half. I still have half, okay, of the position if I was planning to sell 2 cover calls there. Yeah. Eli Lilly, going sideways. Would I buy or add to Eli Lilly at the 50? I might. I have not buy Eli Lilly. I trim a lot, okay, and have not done anything with Eli Lilly in 6 weeks. Nothing. Okay, maybe even 2 months. I know I trim on this move here. I might not have a trim anymore because I have very few share left, and I just let it go sideways. But would I buy at 740 ish? Yeah. Would I add at 729 ish? Yeah. Okay. I mean, should there is a nasty rug pull down to 683 for whatever reason, the gap fill at 670, yeah, yes, 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 I would not mind at all buying a whole lot down there, lining up nicely with the 100 MA. That would be a huge decline. You're talking 15% kind of decline, right? So can it happen? Look, see this? Yes, it can. You see this? Yes, it can. It went from 601 over 600 down to 520. You can do the math, right? Yeah, right. So it can in a very short time. Okay, you're talking less than a month. So nothing is immune for a 10% run. You're talking 10 to 15%. It can happen. Be patient. Pfizer, okay, like I said, it's come down into support. That's fine. I actually like it down here. Okay, um, the time to add might be very soon. I've been talking about for 2 months now, as far as turning neutral. It's coming down to support because the market was pretty ugly. That's fine. I might start to add here, okay? Because hey, would I rather buy down here at 26.5 and pay $1 less than what it would be up here? Yeah, it's getting close. It's getting very close. Every week we're getting closer to the point of no return. Um, what else? What other small biotech here? Alnylam, would I trim at 154 again? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, there is that's a play. ARGX. I have not done anything. I completely got out on this move. I have ordered in to buy 380 is the highest order. Okay, I'm not. If it come down to 380, I will play 372. I will play 368, and then 365, 360, all the way down to 350. Okay, so I have a bunch of order, but for now, it need to come down to at least 380 for me to re-enter, restock. I think that should. Oh, let's do JSK. JSK. Okay, I patiently waited on JSK, and would I buy a whole lot at 40? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And if it come down into the support zone here, where the 100 MA is running up, oh yes, okay. Trust me, I like JSK here. I like it here. I trim, completely got out here, and then on this breakout, I like it, but I also turn neutral here because of this zone and not chasing it here. Be patient. I add a little bit here, a little bit, small position, and I'm gonna add a whole lot in the 39.5 to 40 zone. Okay, so come on down, come on down. That was long-term resistance that should act as long-term support. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's talk banks. Okay, Goldman Sachs came right down to 20 and bounced. I had order in at the gap fill. So if it come down to 396 to 390, yeah, I'm buying. Okay, I'm buying. I'm adding down there. Okay, my position is very small, so small that I didn't care to set a stop. I don't need to put a stop. Okay, but I will add. I can see myself doubling and tripling up down here, right? Because it's small enough that I can go very big, much bigger. But I like Goldman Sachs here. Morgan Stanley. All right. Resistance. Banging. It's banging on here. Would I add to Morgan Stanley? Yes. 20 MA. Okay. 90.75-ish. If it come down, would I sell? I've been playing the put spread game down here as well. But yeah, I keep selling 88, 85. Okay. There was a time when I was selling 84, 80 for a while. But that run up had made that impossible. So now I'm doing 88, 85. Okay. And if it come down, I wouldn't mind swallowing 100 shares at 88. Okay. That's the spot. I like Morgan Stanley. Bank of America. Check back here. Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. Very small position for me. Okay. So I like the breakout. I like the check back. If it hold, yeah. Would I buy more in the 35 to 34 range? Yeah. But for now, no need to chase it here. Okay. Make sure that it can hold the 20. If it doesn't, I wouldn't mind selling puts, 35 naked puts, because I would buy 100 shares outright, right there at 35. Okay, so I like Bank of America here. I like the 50. Okay, the 50 has been nice support. Okay, so yeah, line up nicely with a ref high. So yeah, that's the play. Okay, no need to chase it here. I'd rather put money into Goldman Sachs. That's my favorite of the banks. I for a while, if you pay attention, I like Morgan Stanley a lot more. But Morgan Stanley is now at a resistance. Goldman Sachs is coming into support, right? So there are nuance to what I like, given where the stock is. But overall, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America are still my top three. KRE, yeah. Speaking of K, I just look at my list. I completely skipped over TLT. Uh, it was supposed to be done right after BTC, but I jumped quick because now I'm talking about KRE. I don't like it. It, you know, higher rate is not good for regional banks. No, it's not good. So it's I definitely don't recommend KRE here. Okay, because I mean, if I was to trade KRE, who knows? There could be another regional bank failure, given where rate is right now. We can go down to 44 in a hurry. In a hurry. Okay, so be careful. Be very careful. So let's talk TLT. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sure, this zone of support was fine for a while, but then the econ data was so strong this week. Okay, so strong. I'm not surprised it came down to this level. Okay, now can TLT do something insane and come down to 87? Nothing is insane, right? No, trust me, I don't want to see it. Nobody wants to see it. The only people that want to see TLT come down to 87 are the bear, the short on bonds. Because if we are coming down to here, you think the equity market is going to hold up? Remember where the stock market was in October? Yeah, trust me. If TLT come down to 87, for whatever reason, we are going to see a bigger than 5% correction across the equity market. All right, so don't wish for something like that. Trust me, I am not happy with my TLT position, but I also have a longer term horizon. It's a position I'm okay to own. It is losing money the last 2 months. It was making money up here. It was green. It turned red this week. Um, and I think for now, for a while, I was recommending selling spread, right? 91 and below. Not right now. Okay, that game is on pause right now. You do not want to flirt. Let the econ data, especially this week, we get CPI. Oh my God. Okay, if anything that can rock this market to a new lower level, CPI. Be very careful. Okay, be very careful with CPI data. Hey, I'm rooting for CPI to flatline, given how strong gas is. It's not good. It's not good at all. You heard me talk about how I don't like high oil for the past few months, right? Segue right into it. USO. Oh my bear spread might not work out again. Holy cow. Holy cow. Are we gonna test 83? If you long oil, congratulations, but you should trim here. Okay, this is not good. Okay, this run is incredible, but it's time to go. All right, it is time to go. Can we get up into 83, 84? Yeah, It's possible, okay? It's possible, but how is that good for consumer? How is this good for consumer? How is this good for CPI? How is this good for the stock market? If you can answer how this is good for consumer, how this is good for the bond market, how this is good for the equity market, write it in the comment below. Okay, it can't be good. You can't have the market, the rest of the market like this. No, it's bad, bad, bad. I trim a little more CVX at 161, and yeah, I got more order above. Okay, I'm staying greedy here. Okay, and yeah, I'm out of XOM, but as far as CVX, 164, 166, 167, yeah, keep coming higher. I will trim. If you have XOM, wow, wow, I trim. I got all out already. Okay, up here. Holy moly! What is this? What is this? Is this crypto? Is this Bitcoin? Oh, my God! My God! 20% move in the last 2 months. Amazing, amazing. Okay, but it's. Let's go back 3 years. What's going on here? My God! All-time high. Insanity, insanity. Yeah, all-time high. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay, that's all I gotta say. If you have it, at the minimum, raise your stop. Low of day yesterday. Okay, at least have your stop at, like, 119, 120 or something. Protect your gain. If you have so much gain like this, protect it, because it can go down in a hurry. And I don't know what the reason is. Hey, I can't explain to you the reason for the strong oil outside of manipulation and greed and gouging and all that stuff, but that is so insane. Uh, how's the natural gas? It's coming back. If you want to have energy exposure, you know how I like LNG here, right? I'm on record to say that I like it, and I did sell put spread. It's coming back. If you want to nibble LNG down here, I wouldn't mind. I don't hate it here. I don't hate, if I want energy exposure, yeah, I'd rather go with LNG than USO or CVX or XOM. Would I sell put spread 152, 149? Yeah, yeah. But yeah, if it goes sideways here, would I nibble at 154? The answer is yes. I like LNG here. All right. Last but not least sector, let's talk med device. See, outside of TLT, I'm pretty much on script. ABT. I didn't like ABT, but it's back into ref support. Okay, so if you want to go long, this is the spot. Okay, I'm gonna draw in the zone for you. Okay, I mean, it's a nice looking, not quite head and shoulder, right? But it needs to hold here. Okay, if you want to go long and buy a few share, I wouldn't hate it. I would rather sell put spread down here, 106, 102 or something like that, because you have the 200, the protection. Okay, you gotta have, at this point of the game, you need at least 1 or 2 level of protection above you, because yeah, it can turn ugly on you. How about Medtronic? Ay, 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 ay. Okay, I was talking to Medtronic about breaking this resistance here, but I trimmed on this move, right? You had to. You had to. I talk about it. You had to. Where it was resistant, you had to, right? Would I buy here? I might buy back what I trim up there down at the 82 level. No rush, okay? No rush. I got enough exposure here. Uh, no rush, but I do like Medtronic. I like EW more. I did trim, right? On this move, that was too good to not trim. I do have a stop, okay? My stop is right here at 90. I put it right at 90 because it's too much gain to give back. And if it's kicked in, that's fine. My plan is stop at 90 and I have an order in for the same amount at 88.5, right? So I will save myself $1.50. I'm banking on the 50 MA as support. So the stop is at 90 for the same amount to buy back in 88.5. Okay, so that's where everything is right now. Okay, it's given where the market is, overall market, we can get there in a hurry. If there is a 3-5% overall market correction, it will happen. But yeah, not pretty. Okay, not pretty. Now that I'm done with the list, I can jump all over the place and talk about a couple other stocks. I like Adobe, right? For those that follow, I got stopped out of Adobe at 495. I bought back um, some of the share between 492, 490, as low as 485. I thought I bought everything back, but I looked yesterday at the end and looked like I bought back 75% of the share that I got stopped out at. So I still have room to add. Okay, I thought for whatever reason, I thought I put in the order to buy everything back, but obviously I did not, and that's fine. I'm patiently waiting to see what's happened next. Now, once again, it's gonna be a tight stop. Okay, where's my stop? 481. Right? So basically, if this failed, if the low of yesterday failed to hold 481.28 to be exact, I will get stopped out again. Okay, that's one thing that I try to do better is have tighter stop, and then I will buy back. Okay, it's nothing wrong with hey, getting stopped out at 495 and buy it back average $7 below. I'm not gonna complain, saving a couple $100. And if I get stopped out again, so be it. If I get stopped out, so right now my stop is 481.28. 475 is my order. Not to buy back everything, but I probably buy back. I think my order to buy back is like a third right there, and then a whole bunch more at 469. Okay, but that's, and then of course 455, 438. It's crazy, right? But hey, it was a big, great move from but going back 10 months when it gap up from 420-ish, 430, it ran 50%. Yes, I said it, 50%. The stock double almost from last May. Almost double from last May. So TA wise, filling the gap is in play, right? It has nothing to do with the fundamental. At this point, if there is a 5% NASDAQ meltdown, can Adobe revisit the gap fill? Yeah. It's not Fab 5, okay? It's not part of the Fab 5, so it can go a lot lower. As much as I love Adobe, be sensible. Set your stop tight. Nothing wrong with buying back $5, $7 lower. Hey, if you lose a couple hundred but save more with your stop, do it. Okay, so let's jump to OTA bounce where it's supposed to bounce, right? But I'm not gonna be bullish here. Well, like I said, will I continue to play the put spread game? The answer is yes, but lower. I sold for 15, for 10, right? That's how low I'm playing. I'm not playing anywhere near this zone, okay? Because the overall market on a sell-off, you can see this thing cascade down in a hurry, right? And I was selling 2, 3, 4 put spread the past couple weeks. Guess what? Ain't gonna happen this week. Okay, I just had one. Same thing with Lulu. Lulu was not a winning trade. It's not a losing trade either because first of all, I'm so happy to get stopped out on the few share here. So happy. Okay, one of the few things I got right. And then I sold 355. And boy, that I closed it out with a loss. Sometime in the midday yesterday because it was ugly. Okay, 355 was basically the next zone, right? So I'm looking at this thing right here. Let's draw it in. Okay. Look at that. And it's here. So ugly, right? Extremely ugly. Wow, right? Unbelievable. To literally wiped out everyone going back 9 months. If you bought this stock anytime and hold it in the last 9 months, you are red. You are in red. There is no denying that you are in red. Okay, because it is the only time that you can't say that you're in red is you somehow bought on a low on this wick down here. Otherwise, you are in red over the last 9 months. It trapped a lot of people. Okay, this move here trapped a lot of people. You're gonna see a whole lot of pain. This is and if oil stay high, consumer get beat up, it's not good for. Okay, to me, what important for me um, about OTA and Lulu is more of an economic red flag than anything else. Because when it comes down to consumer spending, I go back to what I talk about for the past 30 years. I have been through enough recessions that I have always said that when it comes down to the regular consumers, one of the last things people will cut off is Coca-Cola, right? I mean, it's one of the cheapest things to buy. Maybe not today with the crazy inflation, but Coca-Cola. Follow Coke sales to see how bad the consumers are doing. If Coke start to lose a lot of units because people are trading down to RC Cola, okay, that's a warning sign to the average consumer. The other area is women discretionary spending. When it comes down to women, it might come across very sexist to say this, but women are more free with their money when it comes down to spending on things that are not essential. Yes, essential? How many yoga pants do you need? How many? This is complete fashion stuff, okay? This is not essential. When it comes down to tight budget and nonsensical spending had to be, curtailed, then yeah, it says a lot about how weak the consumers are. So if Lulu continue to talk about weakening trend, it says a lot about the consumer because women has not been sensible in not spending, not in yoga pants, and certainly not in makeup. So that's where Ulta is playing, right? The makeup. So watch out. If Ulta earning coming up is gonna be bad and they guide it down because the consumers are weak and they're not even using shrinkage. Okay, that's the key. Ulta blamed shrinkage last year. That's why you get this. Okay, this is shrinkage. If the problem is not shrinkage on falling sales and earning, but weaker consumer, can we see Ulta come down in a hurry? Yeah. Another 10-15% is very doable for Ulta. Okay, so be very careful. It's a canary in the mine for me as far as consumer because, as I said, women are less likely to cut back compared to men. Not that men are that much more sensible. A lot of foolish men spending a lot of on a lot of foolish things, but men spend more bigger items on foolish things like cars. you know, we already know that car sales are down. All right, enough gambling, rambling, yapping, long enough, right? Have a good weekend. Be careful out there. I am anything but bullish. Anything but bullish. Okay, I sense the correction that we all think is gonna happen in April is here, and if anything, I'm looking for short entry on DIA, SPY, and or QQQ.